Welcome to my channel Design with Rusbeh. Continuing with CSWP Practice Problems, today we'll work on question 11.2. Let's take a look at this question. So in this question, unit of measurement is millimeter gram second. Like always, we need to ensure we are using the same unit of measurement in SolidWorks setting. Now looking at this geometry, it's a pretty simple geometry. All we need to do here in this geometry is to focus on the top view, make a 2D sketch of the top view, the square shape, the base of the geometry, and then extrude that for 10 millimeter. Then after that, I will focus on making two different types of holes that you see in this geometry. So with this introduction, let's jump into SolidWorks and start modeling this part. In SolidWorks, first we need to check unit of measurement, and you can see that we have millimeter gram second, which is a correct unit of measurement. Now here I click on a sketch, I click on top view, and all I need to do here is to make a rectangle. So click on a drop down menu and choose center rectangle. Let's make a rectangle. If you look at the top view, you can see 60 millimeter lengths, and a typical term is used, which means that 60 millimeter is applied to all edges. So click on a smart dimension. This length should be 60, and this should be also 60 millimeter. Okay, so now we have the base of the geometry. Simply click on feature, click on extrude bus, and let's change the direction because I want to have the origin on the top surface. 10 millimeter thickness is good. Click on OK, and that's it. Awesome. So now that's the base of the geometry. Next step, we need to make holes. If you remember, I mentioned this in the previous videos. There are two different methods you can use to make holes. First one is to use hole wizard, make hole, and then add dimension to it. Second approach, which I prefer more, is to predefine the location of the holes and then use hole wizard command. So let's do that. I click on a sketch, and I choose top surface. Now here, because it's a symmetric geometry, I click on drop down menu and choose center line, and let's make some center lines. I'm going to use these. And one from left top to right bottom corner. Okay. Now, all we need to do is to define the location of the hole. So first, let's start with M5 holes. Click on point command, and let's select a point right on this line, somewhere here. As you can see, the point is shown with blue color, which means that the location is not defined. Now looking at the top view, you can see that the distance between this point and mirrored point on the other side of the geometry should be 46 millimeters. So click on a smart dimension, click on this point, click on the center line, go to the other side of the center line to get the mirrored distance, and this should be 46. And now the location of this hole is fully defined. Next, let's focus on the drill hole. Click on point command and let's make a point right on this line. Now for this hole, you can see that the distance between this hole and mirrored hole on the other side of this symmetry line should be 30 millimeters. So click on a smart dimension, click on this point, click on this symmetry line, and this distance should be 30 millimeters. So this is 30 millimeters. And now the location of this hole is also defined. Okay, that's it. We're done with predefining the location of the holes. Now exit this sketch. Now that the location is fixed, it's time to use hole wizard. Let's click on feature, click on hole wizard command. And here I want to focus on the drill hole first. For the drill hole, for type of the hole, you can simply choose this setting, the hole command, simple hole. For the standard, because it's a metric unit, you can either choose ANSI metric or ISO standard. So it depends which one is used in this question. So I'm going to start with ANSI metric. If I can't find all the specification I need, then I continue with ANSI metric. Otherwise, I change the setting to ISO. So let's go with ANSI metric. Now here, you can see for the type, I have dowel hole. Click on this drop down menu, and I can see that I have drill hole. So this is good. So ANSI metric works. Click on drill size. And now for the size, click on this drop down menu and change the size to 8 millimeter. So this is 8 millimeter. Rest of the setting they're all good, don't touch them. So now the specification is fixed, click on position. For the position, I mentioned this before, you can use existing 2D sketch, but the problem with using this command is we have two different types of holes. So if you use this one, drill hole will be applied to both points. So I don't want this. I don't want 3D sketch. I simply click on this top surface. And now the surface is active. You can see the preview of the hole. I want to put the drill hole right on this point. So click here, click on OK, and that's it. So that's the preview of the hole. So that's the hole on this geometry. Now, in order to make rest of holes, we need 8 more. We can use linear pattern. However, there's a problem here. If I click on linear pattern command, you can see that I need to select edge. I need to tell SolidWorks in which direction I want to copy the geometry. And here I want to copy this geometry in this direction and this direction. But I don't have any edges. So what I need to do is to make those edges as a reference. So exit the sketch, go to sketch number 2 and click on it, and let's click on edit the sketch. And here I want to add 2 more lines to help me with using linear patterns. So click on drop down menu and choose center line. And let's make a line like this. And let's make another line like this. I intentionally made these lines with weird angles because I want to add relation. So this line should be parallel with this line. So click on it, hold Control, click on this line, and from the options here, I'm going to choose parallel. And now this line is fully defined. Second line should be perpendicular to this line. So hold Control, select this line, and from the options, choose perpendicular. And now this line is fully defined as well. Now we're good. Exit the sketch. So now you can see that with the sketch which is shown with gray color, we have these 2 lines added. Okay, awesome. So now we have the hole. It's time to use linear pattern. From feature, click on linear pattern. For linear pattern, first make sure to select the features. You can see that this box, which is for feature, is empty. So click on it, click on the drop down menu and choose 8mm hole. Now for direction 1, click on the box and let's select this line as a reference. And now you can see the preview. First of all, the direction is wrong, so change the direction. For the distance, I have 15mm. 15mm is correct. If you look at the top view, you can see that we have 15mm typical, which means that in both directions, we need to have 15mm distance. Number 3 is okay. For the second direction, click on a box and choose this line. You can see it's highlighted with orange color. Click on it. And now you can see that the preview, of course, the direction is wrong. So again, click on this arrow to change the direction. Distance 15mm is correct. Number 3 is correct. You can see the preview, click on OK, and that's it. So now we have a pattern of 8mm simple hole on this geometry. Awesome. Next step is to focus on M5 hole. So again, from feature, I click on hole wizard. This hole should be a counter bore hole. So from the hole type, I can select this option. This is counter bore hole option. So click on it. Asymmetric, same thing. For the type, click on the drop down menu. And we are looking for socket head cap screw. So select it. For the size, M5 is already there. We are good. Fit is okay. Don't change rest of setting. And now everything is set. Go to position, same thing. Click on this top surface, and now you need to select the location for the hole. I select this point. I already placed the point in the right location. So click on it, click on OK, and that's it. So now I have the M5 counter bore hole made. Next, I click on feature and I click on mirror command. For mirror face, I can choose this top plane. That's a first plane. For secondary mirror, I can choose the right plane. But as you can see, I'm not seeing the preview of the hole, and the reason is because I didn't select the feature. You need to tell SolidWorks which geometry you want to use for a mirror command, and here I want to use this counter bore M5. And now you can see the preview. We have two mirror plane, and we can see the 3 holes that we have in the corners. Click on OK, and that's it. Awesome, that's it. That's basically the final geometry that we need. So now it's time to check the total volume and make sure that this model is correct. Let's go back to the question and check the volume in the question. In the question, you can see the volume here. The total volume is 29,430 cubic millimeters. Let's go back to SolidWorks and check the volume in our model. In SolidWorks, in order to check the volume, you can click on Evaluate and then Mask Properties. And here you can see the total volume. The total volume for our model is 29,430 cubic millimeters. This is exactly the same as the number that we found in the question, which is showing our model is correct and there's no problem with it. Okay, that's it. That's a wrap for this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave comments down below. Thanks again for watching. My name is Rusbe. Hope to see you again soon in the next videos.